Hi everyone, my name is Ray. Welcome to my channel, Life on the Road with Yeshua. Pleasure to have you here. Hope you find some of the videos interesting. If this is the first time you've seen a video on this channel, I share my life experiences on the road and my walk with God. And one of the main reasons why I got this job and why I'm doing this is so my relationship with the Lord would grow and that He would turn me into a true man of God. And when I have a chance to spend time with Him alone, that's exactly what happens. We're not so distracted by things around us, and we have an opportunity to hear what He has to say. Currently, right now, as an update, I am at the yard in the Lower Mainland, and I am waiting for my next load. It should be available sometime later on tonight. And I may have to leave as very early tomorrow morning. But instead of going home, which most of the drivers do, they'll go home and spend time with their families. This gives me an opportunity to spend some time with the Lord alone. And I know my daughters are busy with other stuff, so I'm better off to be here right now. And if they need me, I'm just a phone call away anyway. Right, Carrie? So this load is going to take me to Calgary, and I should be back here Sunday night. Right now it's currently Friday, so if I leave Saturday, I'll be back Sunday night. And actually, it's kind of nice they have me driving during the day right now during this week, so I can actually drive the entire way. And normally at nighttime, it doesn't matter if I have 9 or 10 hours of sleep, I still grow a little bit fatigued and tired when you're driving at night, simply because your body is saying, hey, what are you doing, man? We're supposed to be sleeping at this hour. Especially with this line of work, maybe one week you're driving during the day and the next week you're driving in the middle of the night. So you have to your body has to adjust to that. And I never thought my body would adjust to that, but it has. First few times I did this, though, I don't think I lasted 4 or 5 hours without needing to have a sleep or a rest, and that's even with 8 hours sleep the day before. It does take time for your body to get used to it. And I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I'm not as young as I used to be, so it does take some time to get used to it. And that's why it's really important to make sure you have the right nutrients and the right diet. And I try to avoid drinking at all the truck stops, or eating while drinking pop, caffeinated coffee, all that kind of stuff. I avoid eating at the truck stops. I might stop at a restaurant once a week and get a meal, because you can only eat so much stuff out of your truck without saying, I need a warm meal. So maybe the reason why I said drinking is because I had another bizarre dream that I don't know where I was. It's just one of these really twisted dreams where I used to be a drinker, and I used to be a professional at it, and I quit back in 2000, and it's been a while since I've had anything. And once in a while I have these really funny dreams where I've got a whole bunch of booze or whatever, but in this last dream I had all this booze and I still didn't drink it, which I found really funny. So, and that only seems to happen when I go through stressful moments. I mean, I went through a stressful moment last few days. Maybe that's why I'm here right now and not at home, because it did happen at home, and this gives me an opportunity to get my head back together and the rest I need, because rest and peace of mind is very, very vital, very important in this line of work, because you can't be distracted. It doesn't take much to take your thought off the road for a split second and you hit an animal that you could have avoided, or even a car. So I do everything in my power to try to stay at peace as much as I can. So nothing really else to report, except I had a pretty rough week. dealing with a rebellious teenager. I love her dearly, but she continues to challenge me, and that doesn't go over too well with me because I was always raised to respect your parents and to listen to them. Even if you didn't like it, I still loved my parents enough to respect them where I didn't want to upset them. I didn't want to hurt them. I didn't want to disappoint them. And today's generation is totally different. It's all about, not me, but as they're saying, they would say, it's all about me. What can I do? Or what can I get? What can I receive? How is this affecting me? How is this hurting me? Teenagers don't think about who is this? Am I hurting anyone else? Am I affecting anyone else? Excuse me. So, I'm having a hard time adjusting to this. I was a different breed when I grew up. And other parents, I guess, are used to it. Oh, they're just being teenagers. This is the way they are. I can understand that. Teenagers making mistakes. But making a mistake and just being downright unfeeling and uncaring about how you're feeling, that's a totally different story. That's just selfishness. And that is a real problem that's hitting most teenagers in these last days. As the Bible said, parents are that people will be disobedient towards their parents. And it doesn't necessarily say in there, I don't think it says children, or maybe it does say that. Children will be disobedient towards their parents. Oh, possibly. I have to start reading that a little bit more, which I'm going to do a little bit later on anyhow, and I'll probably record it. But like I said, I'm having a hard time adjusting to this. After all these years, I've been raising my kids now for the last 15, 16 years. But it was a lot easier when they were younger. I'll tell you that. My oldest, Jerry, he's finally grew up. And he's going to be married soon. He got the wonderful news that his... Well, it's not wonderful. You should have been married before this happened, Jerry. But I'm glad you're making the right choice and committing to her. But his girlfriend, Amy, is going to have a boy, a little boy. That's what they found out with the ultrasound. So I'm kind of tickled pink about that. He can carry on the family name. And again, you should be married, Jerry, before that happens. I don't advise people to get pregnant or have children out of wedlock because it's just not pleasing with the Lord. You've got to do everything in your power to do what is pleasing to Him. And this is when you receive His blessings. Life can be very difficult when you do things that break the Lord's commandments. It's hard to receive a blessing. As you can tell, I'm in the yard. It's very busy here. Very sunny. It's starting to cool down. Winter is coming quickly. It's approaching. And I'm getting prepared for it. And I believe I'll be able to do just as well in the winter as I am during the summer, as if I continue to be cautious. I'm going to make a lot of truckers upset, I'm sure, this winter, because I'm not going to race down hills and race around corners until I really know how this vehicle handles in the snow. And I'm probably going to have to do most of my drives with my radio turned off, my two-way radio, because there'll be a lot of guys saying, "Come on, move it." Because when I first started, one of the first runs I had was in the pouring rain, going through the pass in Rogers Pass. And there's no lights, there's no street lights. And when it rains, the concrete, or should I say the asphalt, is black. And you can't see a whole lot. And the vehicle I drive in the first place has the worst headlights. You have to drive with the high beams on all the time. Except when a vehicle shows up, then you have to turn them off, obviously. But when the rain is that heavy, and what was happening is that as the rain was hitting the windshield, the wipers were going, and they were causing massive streaks. So every time a car came my way, it blinded. It literally was one big blinding light. I couldn't see anything, so I had to slow down every time a car showed up or was passing me. So try to explain that to a bunch of truckers that are on a deadline that had maybe 2 hours left in their driving day, and they're like, pull over to the side of the road. I would if I could see it. So it was kind of fun. But I feel like I'm kind of out of the rookie stage now. I know you could hardly say that for someone who's only been driving 3 or 4 months. But I drive those roads pretty good now, even in the rain. So the next big step will be the snow. So I guess I'm still considered a rookie until I get through the snow season. But it has been a really fun experience. I've enjoyed it. I've met a lot of neat people on the way. And what I would like to do is have the opportunity to preach the gospel of Yeshua to some of these truckers when I have an opportunity. But I'm still in a growing stage right now. I really do feel like the Lord is still molding me into something special. And I don't want to rush him, because you don't rush a potter when he's making his masterpiece, or a painter when he's painting his mural. You have to let him do it on his own timing until the job is complete, and the potter is complete and finished his work. So, and I will give you updates on how that goes. So, what else can I tell you? I haven't practiced my shofar very much in the past couple of days. Maybe I should have. That probably would have relieved a ton of stress. But there's probably guys sleeping in the other trucks here, so I don't want to be blowing that. Especially if there's a Christian nearby, they'll think, the rapture. Which I could go on about that. But if you have any questions, about what I'm doing, why I'm doing this, perhaps you're a younger individual who might want to take up this kind of a career, and you have a few questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Or any questions on anything in a spiritual way. And if I don't know the answer to that question, I will refer to someone else who can help you. I used to study, and almost in an obsessive way, prophecy and other prophetic books in the Bible. So I really enjoy doing that. And especially what we see unfolding right now around Israel. I mean, now you've got the U.S. telling Israel, you're on your own almost. It's almost like, wow. This prophecy is really starting to unfold when it says that the whole world will come against Israel. The only fortunate thing right now is I know Canada still is backing Israel. But perhaps if we end up with the new prime minister, that'll change. You never know. So, I don't know what else I can tell you right now, except I'm waiting to get information on my load and find out what stops I have to make once I get to Calgary. But when I leave tomorrow, I might turn the camera on a little bit. I would like to turn the camera on when I'm going through certain parts. I did make a video yesterday driving through Rogers Pass where all the snow sheds, and what I would like to do is I want to timeline it, or should I say timeline it, not even remotely close to what I mean. I want to speed lapse it. Speed lapse it. Speed it up. That's what I'm trying to say. So it takes about an hour and a half to drive through Rogers Pass and all the tunnels and everything. But I want to shorten it down to about maybe 10 minutes. So that's going to be really fast. And I'll see if I can find some really nice music to put behind it. I grabbed my CD. If I showed you this last time. Take Me In by Don Heist. And these are really nice songs, and these are songs I think I still have, maybe I have it in the I might have already ripped it here. I'm not sure. I'm just going to quickly look here. Yep, I did. I ripped it. So I might put a couple nice songs behind that, because to me it's very spiritual when you drive through these areas and these mountains and you just see the beauty of God everywhere. It's just amazing. It's phenomenal, especially when you see a deer on the side of the road just eating in the middle of nowhere, and you're thinking, how majestic is this? It's just so wild. So I really do enjoy it. And you know what? After about 2 months, I thought I would get bored with it. And I can do the same run every single day, almost the same run, and it gets a little monotonous. But it hasn't been that way. There's always something different. When we were coming back from Calgary yesterday, there was and I should have had the camera rolling, but this always happens when I don't have it rolling. So what I'm going to do from now on is I'm going to have it rolling anyway. In the event there's an accident and I'm not at fault, I can prove that I'm not at fault. But there was a tractor and trailer on the side of the road that was just burning. The whole tractor was just totally, it looked like a piece of metal there that was totally gutted. And I guess they were letting it burn, and they didn't put it out because it was right next to one of the rivers, and they didn't want the toxins from the plastic and the diesel fuel and all this stuff being washed into the river, which makes total sense, but it didn't make a whole lot of sense because the entire area was engulfed in smoke and it all smelled like plastic. So I don't know what good that did for the environment. But yeah, so there's my update. So I'm gonna hopefully work on that video and speed it up to about 5 minutes, or maybe 5 minutes might be too fast, maybe 10 minutes, and give you a look of what it's like to go through Rogers Pass, from an hour and a half cut down to about 10 minutes. So you have yourself a good day, and we will catch up with you on our next video. If I can find the stop button here. See you later.